Alright everyone, good day and welcome back. Thank you for coming back and watching my video. So today we're just gonna go through a few items that I listened in on the AMA for Splinterlands. So Aggroed is the host of the session. So if you haven't watched it, I do recommend to watch it just to get some of the updates. But yeah, I'm here to just go through the quick updates that I noted down on when it was discussing certain items or certain questions raised during the AMA session. So yeah, so let's go through the list. So number one is DEC. So the question for DEC was initially is what's the plan for DEC? Right now the price is at around 0.007, which is 7 times more than what the intended price for DEC is, and his answer is of course DEC is intended to be always at this price, pretty much close to the dollar value, and ideally it should go back to that part of the price point. But if you're going to ask them, like, do they know what to do with the price? Are they going to do something about it? He said that it's not something that they can control. It really depends on the people that are using the cryptocurrency for DEC. So that's something that they can't do something about. So right now, if you're going to try to purchase DEC, the price is at around 0.00779, and at the end of the day, it's your decision, it's your risk. If you want to buy one now, so there's no guarantee that the price for DEC would stay the same moving forward. So the price just went up starting this July because of the SPS airdrops, and it has gone up ever since, and right now it's going to consolidation. We don't know if it's going to break out or not, but that's the part that we can't really we don't really know what's going to happen. All right, so the next item is the reward card. So good news that he released a card. I don't know if there's any other card, but from what I've seen, I've seen one card. I call him the water Kron because he looks like Kron. I screenshotted the picture, so you'll see it here. And yeah, so it looks like a water Kron, or it's kind of like Poseidon, right? It looks like Poseidon, but a mage version of Poseidon. And from the looks of it, it looks pretty strong. This one I don't know what it is. He said this is a new skill. I don't know what it is. It looks like a net in my perspective, so I don't think it's ensnare, but it might be something else. So we'll soon find out. So he has Void and he has Phase, which is pretty good. So 3 damage at max level, 2 damage at non-max level, 5 speed, and a very tanky health. So I think this card would be a great addition to the collection, and it's going to be a reward card. So hopefully they would implement this soon. So he did mention that the ETA for the new reward card would be around 5 to 14 days from now. So I'm waiting. Unfortunately, all of my quest potions are already gone. So I just really need to work up my game right now. So as you can see, I'm already at Silver League, and there's still 11 days to go. Hopefully the grind would, hopefully we can make it out there, right? Gold, diamond, and so on. It's gonna be very difficult. I'm trying to manage my DECs and purchases of cards, as much as possible. I want to avoid renting, but sometimes the prices of those cards are really expensive, so it's hard. So anyways, the next item, SPS and vouchers. Chaos Legion is coming soon, like in less than a month maybe. So SPS, first update is SPS target is eventually they will eventually be usable as a currency in game like DEC. So so we have a second option. So we have DEC from our ranked games, and this one they'll be adding in as another token reward when you're playing ranked games and winning them. And new SPS earnings during ranked games is going to be added. Yep, so that's what I just said. SPS stake to close vouchers. How many? He won't say. So it's something that I think we'll only find out once it's already implemented. Chaos Legion. So quick updates. Burn values on Chaos Legion cards will be less compared to existing sets. So that's what they're looking at, just to maybe avoid abuse of burning cards. and getting certain number of DECs, so they're going to decrease this value. But they will not nerf the power of the card. So whatever the power level of a burn set, so I do have like a burn cost here, which I've shared in my previous video. So the cost will be, no, these are burn values. Alright, so the burn values will decrease, but the power will still be the same. So yeah, so I got confused there a bit. So what we're looking at would be pretty much, I would say they would tag it the same as dice untamed and certain reward levels. So this would be the power that you will get, but in terms of burn value, it'll be lower. So that's what they mean. So if let's say you got a legendary Chaos Legion card, gold foil, it'll give you 50,000 power, but if you try to burn that card, you're not going to get the same value. You'll get a lower value. Alright, so the next is we will get playable. Yeah, so I think it's the same for every new set that they put in. The base set or the free set, for example, it's a set that you don't really own, but it's something that you can use. So they will add in Chaos Legion sets as part of our gameplay, which is great. So at least we'll be able to experience those cards. Pack cost is not yet final, but he said he will, they will try to keep it cheap. He always wants to revolve around the $2 value, but they haven't gone to the final amount yet, but definitely they'll keep it there, somewhere there at least. Next is no maximum limit on a Chaos Legion presale pack, so doesn't matter how much. So if you try to stake as much SPS as you can, like you put in like hundreds or thousands of dollars in it, then there, you'll get as much vouchers as possible, and there's no limit on it. So people ask, why not put a limit? He said that people will always find a way to go around it, so he didn't want to go through that process of trying to dig through and find whoever's trying to bypass that requirement. So they just decided, like, no max limit. If you have a lot of SPS staked, then you will get a lot of Chaos Legion packs. So the white paper, they're trying to get it out in the next couple of weeks, but I think they're still having trouble trying to finalize it. So no promises, but that's the target date. Exclusive promotional cards. So another advantage if you're going to get into the Chaos Legion presale pack is you'll get exclusive promotional cards, which I think is similar to this one. I didn't. No, playable. Oh, okay. Playable. Oh, all cards here. So I guess it's the same concept. You'll be able to get these cards only for that particular aspect of the presale, and I guess after presale you won't be able to get these anymore. Then after presale, you will still need to use vouchers to purchase packs, so that means you still need to have your SPS stake, or you can purchase vouchers if people are willing to sell off their vouchers instead of buying their own packs. So that's an alternative. So that's the downside. You still need to use vouchers to purchase Chaos Legion packs even after the presale. Now land, they touch on a bit. So renting land is a possible option in the future, so meaning they're considering that option. So once land is already part of the game, then land can be rented out. After spending certain resources, land plot will generate a random card. So I'm not exactly clear on what this is, but from my understanding is if you do use whatever resources that is in order to generate an item, which is a card, you will only get one card. Although it's called pack, but technically it's just one card. It's similar to our loot chest, right? You get one loot chest, you get one item in it. So this is you're just gonna get one card in it. Will there be future land sales? They want it to be rare and scarce, so the answer is no. But he did mention that if they are going to release a new expansion, they might do that, but right now there's no plan to add new land. They want it to be very scarce, and he likes the current ratio of the availability of land right now versus to the number of players. So yeah, throw that out the window. If you want to buy land, it's available. You can buy it. I forgot where, but the price, if I remember correctly, it's around $400-500 per land. So if you want to buy that, sure, go ahead. I mean, it's really expensive. in my perspective, but I think the value that it will bring in the long run might outweigh that amount. So I mean, up to you if you want to go for that, but for me, I don't have the budget, so I'm gonna stick to Chaos Legion cards if I can get some. Marketplace update, so they're looking into it, but it's not a priority. So he mentions that if there are certain missing features, like for example certain filters that even I find inconvenient when you're trying to look at the marketplace. Like for this one, you can't even segregate which ones are melee, which ones are range, which ones are magic, which is a bit annoying because if you do your fights, it's available, but if you do it here, it's not available, which is odd. But yeah, so there are certain inconveniences in the marketplace that can be improved. I also don't like the filters here. Problem is if they take you to another page and you go back to this same page, you lose the filters that you did here, and you have to do it all over again, which is annoying. It's an inconvenience, but it's not a deal breaker. But yeah, so for now it's not priority, so don't expect any updates on it later on. Then they talked about quest potion, so it's not a priority at the moment, but they're also looking into it on how to fix that issue. So right now we can only buy potions using DECs, unfortunately, and DEC is very expensive and totally not worth it. But who knows, I might go into it because of the reward cards, because right now I'm low ranked, right? I'm only getting like 1 loot chest at the moment. Hopefully if I can maintain my silver league, hopefully I can get 2 or more. But for the newer players, of course, you know, getting 1 chest, it's not fun. So you might end up going into buying some quest chests. So for me, I think in a way it's going to be worth it, because I'm just gonna think of it as you're investing right now, and you're going to get these cards that will have value, and in the long run the value will go up, especially if they started releasing new expansions and new sets. Then the value of the older sets will be, you know, going higher, and that's the investment. Alright, so next is tournaments. So they're looking into league limitations based on existing ranks to avoid high rank from smiting. So there was a question raised here about this issue, because tendency is if you try to go into tournaments, like even if it's a novice level, it's or a bronze level, there's no really stopping any of those high level players to join into the game. Even if you put some rule sets, it's not going to stop them to get into the game. And the downside there is that for novice players and for bronze players, tendency is we don't really have that much cards. All we have are the base set that we're given by the game, and that's all we're gonna have, and we're gonna be able to play the game. And sometimes those high level players would come in and use a Lamacron, and you just lose. or they use a Yodin or any of those legendary items that you don't have access to in the current setup, because you're not exactly earning a lot of DECs versus to what these high level players are earning, and they have the complete set and we don't. So that's something that they're looking into. So hopefully they'll be able to implement that to avoid those sniping small rank tournaments for us new players, right? Now, well, I'm new, but I'm 1 month new, so I'm enjoying the game. It's just that balancing work and trying to play the game and doing everything else is making it difficult for me. But right now I want to focus a bit more and make my my set a bit more complete. So anyways, so next is in-game chat. So one of the questions was, you know, currently we can't do in-game chats within the game with your friends. They're looking into it. Aggroed said that he suggested it to add to their devs. To add that feature with their devs. It's a certain Hive feature that they can just add into the game, but he's not sure why it's not yet there. So he doesn't know if the devs can do it or not. So that's up in the air at the moment. Then lastly, there was a question about the wild and modern format regarding ladders. So he did clarify that there will be separate ladders for wild and modern format. So I mean, that's great because they have their separate ladders, they have their separate season rewards as well. So that'll be good. I mean, for me, of course, we'll stick to modern, right? I mean, what are we going to do with the wild one? We don't have the old cards. But yeah, so that's the summary of what was discussed. So right now the key priority for me will be SPS staking. I don't know. I mean, in my main account, this is my main account, I have $12. And these are all I earned coming from playing the game for an entire month. So I don't know if this is gonna be enough to give me enough vouchers to buy certain packs. I hope so. We'll see. But I'll see if I can add in a bit, maybe just to add up some SPS just to get those packs. That's all I'm after currently, is just to add value to what I have currently in my deck. So in this main set that I have, I did get lucky getting owned. So I did get lucky getting a couple of legendary cards. So I managed to get an Almo Cambio and Billa the Radiant. So unfortunately, before the reward cards, the current reward cards go out, I managed to get 2 of these, and yeah, so I started buying cards that I feel like I'm gonna use, but I think I regret buying the Ifrit Elder. I bought a lot because I thought, like, I figured like the prices are going up, right? I wanted to buy a good card, and I don't know, I was planning to either level it up or something like that, but the prices of Ifrit Elder dropped to, like, I think how much is it? It went down to 1.5. Unfortunately, I bought it at 1.8, I think. So I'm at a loss currently, so I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna leave it, and hopefully the prices go up later on, and I'll maybe buy other cards. So my priority at the moment is looking for cards that I need. So for example, I'm looking for the one that I need, or well, it's not what I need, but it's what it's my favorite card. Is the where is it? Where are you? This one. I love the Silver Shield Assassin. I don't own one, and it's 11 bucks. I can buy it, but I'm thinking about, like, should I get it now or maybe wait up until the reward set cycles out, but we'll see. I'm still thinking about it, but definitely I'm gonna buy one at least so I can use it and stop renting, because I keep renting. It's not exactly cheap as well. So yeah, that's what I would suggest you do as well. If you want to build out your deck, try to look for them, buy cards, and try to complete them at least on the base level, like on the bronze level, and maybe, you know, in silver you'll be able to have a fighting chance, and you don't have to keep renting cards. I mean, some of them are cheap, like a few cents, right? And some of them are decent. Like let's say, what are some decent ones that we may purchase in cents? This one, I bought this one. This one is a good card, Flamesmith. In the long run, if you level it up, you'll be able to repair armor as well, which is great. So I did buy this. Wave Runner, no. There is one card that's good, that's cheap. This one, the Demented Shark. If you don't have it, get it. It's a good card. It's a similar functionality to the Silver Shield Knight, but this one is in water. So if you have melee trying to build up a melee group, this card is great. I already have it, so I'm just thinking of if I should buy one in a higher level one. So we'll see. Some of them are nice. Barking Spider has certain potential in terms of stats, but the base one is not very good. I think it should be better if you try to purchase it at a higher rank. Once it gets to 2 damage, level 4 would be somewhere I'd say it's going to be a bit decent. It's a vanilla card where it has decent attack and decent HP, and the cost is very cheap, like 4. So imagine you have 4 and it has 2 damage and 6 health. That's pretty strong. So that's a good card. So I mean, you can try looking into these, and this one is also good, Herbalist, but you need to get it to level 3, I think. So it has the cleanse ability, so this is a good one as well. So it's cheap, and it can help negate certain effects coming from your front line, which is great. So that's what I suggest. Try looking into these cards. If you find a cheap one and it's decent, then go ahead and get it, and eventually start building your deck, and You know, the sooner you get it set up, the easier it is for you to play the lower ranks. And you know, once you get to silver, you get more DEC, then you start buying new stuff, right? Don't just buy something that you won't use. You buy something that you will use, and eventually also start considering looking into gold cards, right? Because sometimes the gold cards are cheaper than the ones that they have for the non-gold ones, based on level, because gold cards default to level 3 value, right? So if you compare it to the level 3 value of the other cards in the regular foils, then sometimes they are cheaper. So try to consider looking into that as well, and try buying those. So yeah. So right now I'm still working on my ranks, and as I've mentioned, I'm also considering trying to buy some new cards as well. But I'll try to make another video to talk about what my plans are for this season, although we're already like almost 1/3 through the season. But I'm still trying to think like where am I supposed to go from this point on, right? I mean, my goal is to get into gold and hopefully get into silver. So I managed to get gold free for this account last season, but with the new changes that they did, I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna manage that, because the problem is the rent, right? So anybody can cancel rent anytime, and there might be a chance that the rented gold cards that I may have rented earlier, they can cancel it at the last day or the last couple of days and pump up the price for you to rent again, and that may be problematic. So that's what I'm worried about this coming season. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But yeah, anyways, we'll see. And yeah, I think I'll end my video here. In my future videos, I'm gonna try to dive into other stuff as well, not only Splinterlands. I love the game right now, Splinterlands, but I also want to talk about other things as well. Maybe playthrough in games, but we'll see. It's all the rage at the moment, but we'll see if I can find some good games out there that I can also talk about, but probably not as in depth as Splinterlands. Okay, with that, and thanks for watching my video, and hope to see you again next time.